Oakley dokley. Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully everyone. Yes, it's come up live. Great stuff. Welcome everyone to Assetto Corsa Competizione, the official GT World Challenge game. My name's Simon from Higher Plane Games. I do love a good bit of sim racing, although you'll immediately hate me because I'm going to be driving this game with a controller. So you can all leave now if you don't like that. And I'm sure many people will. I do have a Logitech D29 wheel. It is new. I have not yet just learnt to drive with a wheel. I do not want to do that on a live stream, so I'm going to stay with my old faithful controller. There are several things with Assetto Corsa Competizione, the PS4 edition, and it's the PS4 version I'm only commenting on because the PC build is much more inferior. Not inferior. Better. That's the word I'm looking for. Than the PS4 version, and I will show you several reasons as to why. I'm just turning up the gain on my mic. Apologies for being quiet there. There are a couple of things I can't even show you on this game because it crashes automatically. So, in fact, we might tempt it. If you click into multiplayer mode, unless you use quick join, every other option in the multiplayer menu results in a PS4 crash to XMB menu, or whatever it is, on the PS4. So, no playing around with matchmaking tools, no looking at server lists, no refreshing data. You can go in and choose a new car, but when you choose a new car and you select it and come out, it crashes. So, I have been able to play a multiplayer mace. When you actually get into multiplayer, it runs smooth as gold, but you just can't get there because the menu crashes to, I'll say desktop, because that's the type of thing that I'm used to saying. Also, you may have also seen on my channel that I've just recently uploaded a video of Spa gameplay. Spa is the only track that I've come across to date where there is a massive frame drop as soon as you go around La Source, through Radion and Eau Rouge, and into the Camel Straight every single lap. It varies depending on how much you lose in terms of FPS and the slowdown of it, but it is virtually unplayable in that section. So again, avoid Spa for the time being. Why this wasn't picked up on launch, I have absolutely no idea. It's frustrating as hell. So, if you are a controller person, I'll just quickly dive into the settings so that you can see what I've done as a PlayStation 4 controller person. This game is set up to be wheel based, and I thoroughly recommend using a wheel, but if you are using a controller, it's worthwhile having a look at. These are the settings that I've kind of done to make it as close to wheelie as possible, but it's not great, but it does make the game playable. And it's all around making sure that your dead zone has like a decent limit, and if anything I would actually increase that slightly so that if you're doing really tiny course corrections it doesn't immediately go for it. But it's all around the speed sensitivity for you if you are a PlayStation 4 controller player, because when you deal with that versus speed steer and steer filter, it's all around trying to make your track your movements on the analog stick to be as smooth as possible. So my recommendation is to play with that, reduce the speed sensitivity so that if you are going to reflex with your thumb, it will kind of slow down your movement slightly, and then obviously to make it smoother you've got these other two things here. The other thing that's worthwhile noticing is that as soon as you come out of the box, nothing is bound on a controller or a wheel, so you will need to go in and make all of your control binds as you go. So none of the look left and right and up and down, no cycles of cameras, no HUDs, HUD is assigned, but as you can see all the traction control settings, it's there expecting you to have a keyboard. You can't have all of this on a wheel or a controller, so immediately it makes you feel like you're disadvantaged, which is why I say wheel PC feels better. And if you've ever worried about the F120 19 MFD, you'll cry when you see this one. So yeah, go in, sort out your shifts, your ignitions, your starters, your pit lane limiter, your wiper. I've automated my lights for rain lights and for nighttime racing, just because I was starting to run out of places to stick buttons. So that's worthwhile going as well. I will show some gameplay, I promise, but there's lots of menu options in this game, and it's so highly customizable, and it's a big strength of the game, so I just want to run you through this. In the settings themselves, you can decide what type of things you want to put on as visual options, and then you have a completely customizable version of assists. So manual gearbox, clutch automatic, engine start, your wipers, your lights, as you see there, I put them onto automatic. Pit lane speed limiter, are you going to make that manual or not? Stability control, it's worthwhile noting, works on a percentage scale. As you can see, I'm really trying to just be like off and let's be pure pro. This will make my live stream probably quite cringe to watch. An ideal line, you've only got hidden and visible. There's no corner only, which I found a bit off-putting when I did turn it on. I'm going to leave it off so that you get to see the graphics in their full glory. You can also completely customize the hub, or the HUD, sorry, as well, so that's worthwhile noting. The next thing I'm going to do is just dive into a single player race so that you can see some racing gameplay, and then we're going to dive out, and if you're completely new to Assetto Corsa Competizione, I'll show you some of the stuff around driver rankings and things like that, because they've got some really impressive and good features to play with. The game, if you buy it straight out of the shelf, comes with the GT World Challenge 2018 and 2019 seasons, and it comes with Monza, Brands Hatch, Silverstone, Paul Ricard, Misano, Zandvoort, Spa, which is balked, you can't race it, Nürburgring, Hungaroring, Barcelona and Zolder. If you pre-ordered, you will also get Mount Panorama, Bathurst for the rest of us, Laguna Seca, Suzuka and KYALAMI. That is all a pre-order pack, or if you've bought launch day edition. Otherwise, you'll be paying for that separately, as well as the Intercontinental GT Challenge. That all comes as a bundle, so just be aware. Absolutely, go for the pre-order or launch day edition, because you're missing out on some of the best tracks if you don't. Each single race that you've got can be completely customized depending on what you're going to go for, and I'm just going to let me go for 2018. We'll have an Aston Martin, why not? You can choose your time of day, so let's go for 1 o'clock. I'll just do 5-minute races so that you get to see different tracks, and I'll start to play around as I do more and more races. Opponent's skill ranges from 80 to 100. I'm going to stick at 85 because I'm not very good, as you'll soon find out. Same with aggressiveness, and you can choose your starting position. We'll start at the back because at Monza it's the least amount of corners and it's the one where I'm the most competent. Again, realism. Do you want fuel in? Do you want tyres on, as in limited, unlimited or not? Brake temperatures can be enabled or disabled. And you'll see them starting to puff smoke when you're really thumbing it down on the brake pedal, and penalties can be enabled as well. Weather, fantastic. You can customize everything that you've got, and you can do a variability percentage as well, so that it can change over the course of something, as well as doing randomized standing water. Fantastic options, and really applaud all of that. And again, diving into the assists, that's just what we had there. So let me shut up and get some racing going. I'm really sorry that there's a bit of a talky intro to this video, but there's so much to go over with this game. And I'm treating this as if people have come to this game completely from scratch. Funny enough, I did buy the PC version because it was already half price on a sale about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. But I purposely waited until the PS4 version came along. So, if you dive into setup, there are different presets that you can play with initially, and I'll go for my safe preset. And inside here, those of you who have been on iRacing, Assetto Corsa, Project Cars, a lot of this will be very simple. I do like the fact that they explore all of the different, like, they give you some help. Again, fuel and pit stop strategy is helpful to know. I really like how they explain the mechanical grip on here as well, in terms of lines, dampers and aero. I'm not going to change anything. We'll just dive in and get some races.
Stay in double file.
Will do. Okay. As you'll see, the HUD is busy and it doesn't even fit on my TV. Everything is a roll and start, double file. I do like the proximity markers. Eventually we'll get the green flag. Eventually.
Green light, show them where to go. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh.
There's a slow car up ahead.
I can see.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I really like all the race control stuff that goes on.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Wide there. I feel like I'm a bit overpowered.
Clear on the left. Car on the right.
Whoopsie.
Clear on the right.
So this game is really, really focused on clean racing
You're at the halfway mark. Keep pushing.
rather than... like, it wants you to learn how to drive properly.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
And it won't like that. As you'll start to see, in the top right hand side there are 5 ratings that you have as a driver that change over time, and they aren't all unlocked, and I believe there'll be a 6th rating that will unlock for me the more I play this game. Called RC for Racecraft. We'll dive onto another track afterwards, and I'll show you some of the other stuff that it does. But it's basically judging your speed, trajectory, and throttle and brake and steering movements every single corner to judge how smooth and on trajectory you are. And you can see on that lap my pace. Oh well, my circuit reputation type thing, and my safety rating, which is what the SA is. That was terrible. It improved slightly because I didn't smash into very many people. PC is for pace. As you'll see if we can get onto an online race later. I'm not fast. Mount that curve. I'm not gonna win. So that mistake will basically cause me trouble. And if I ran out wide onto that green curve again, it would note that I've done it, but it would have already noted that I've missed the trajectory.
Excellent job, man. P2. Well managed. Bring it back home safely.
You have to wait for everyone to cross the line as well, AI-wise, before it lets you kind of officially register your race. Mr. Baguette. Last one. Boink. Good. Okay. So that's your kind of ta-da finale. You've then got your replay going on in the background, of which you can trim and save highlights, you can go in reverse, you can toggle on and off a HUD, so you can make it look broadcasty, and quite impressive for a console-y type game anyway. You can go up to 8 times playback speed, which I quite liked. Which is what makes the whole Spa is broken problem really frustrating, because clearly this game has some grunt behind it. So I'm going to quit out from Monza. Let's try going somewhere else. And watching live, if anyone does. Not many people do watch my stuff live, but if you are and you've got a track you'd like to see, do let me know. I'm just going to quickly dive into the settings and reduce down the master audio just in case it's a bit too loud. my chops up a bit closer to the mic. Okay, so as you saw during all of that, in the top right hand side there was loads of kind of ratings going on, and this is where your driver rating comes in. So I've been playing this because it came through yesterday afternoon, so I'd done a quick bit, which is how I got that video out at like 4 in the morning when I fell asleep and woke up at 2 at night. You have like this overall rating about how good you are, and it's broken down into track competence, and every track that you race on there are 3 medals that you can get around being speedy but also staying in the right trajectory and also not just driving like a pillock. Consistency is around making sure that you do stay on the track and that you brake and turn and use the right gears, that kind of thing, and stay within a minimum speed limit. Car control is all about whenever you start sliding and drifting everywhere, and they no like it when you do that, even though it feels so good. Pace is taken from online leaderboard ranking events. As you can see, I'm only 196th out of 358 people so far, and safety rating only just unlocked for me, so that's why that's its first kind of race. Racecraft hasn't unlocked for me, and competition, I've not unlocked the official competition events yet, although everything in the multiplayer menu seems to be broken apart from quick join, so I wouldn't dare touch that button in this live stream for fear of it breaking anyway. Okay, let's dive back into another single race. So we've done Monza, which flattered me, to be quite honest. Let's give MISANO a go. Doesn't get enough love, that circuit. Let's flick into here. I really do not like the menu of the cars in this game. It feels really unintuitive. But if, say, I quite fancy driving Lamborghini Hurricane, and you've got all these different versions, you can then choose from your team underneath which one you'd like to go for, and then that will bring up a slightly different one for you to go for. If you want to do your own though, you can do that too, and you can dive into add. Let's go for a Lamborghini Hurricane. So for me, I am a Brit. Now I have very traditional colours on here for the Backmarker Brigade team, which I've worked out is 315177. And I was using that, but I think I'm going to use that. Then there's like a weird problem where it doesn't actually transpose your livery on. This is what I mean about this game like really having some clunky issues that need resolving. So my car number is always 77 if I can get away with it. And then my team that I run for sim racing is called Backmarker Brigade because I'm shit. You then save it and it then updates and you're like, oh well, I would have liked to have seen that earlier. So then you kind of have to dive in and edit it again, and then it will start actually changing up the designs of what you've been doing. I just find that really odd. There's only 3 designs here, so we'll go with that because it's the most garish. I've got a Logitech wheel, not that I'm using it, but you know what I mean. So that's how you can get your own custom liveries in a console version, at least. Obviously with PC there'll be mods galore pouring out your ears. Okay, so we done that. Let's do 6 o'clock, 10-minute race, And then let's do a 12 times multiplier of time so that you get to see like sunrise. I hope. So that you get to see the game in all its different glory. It's really making my PS4 fan go. Ah. So again, I think it loads the safe preset automatically anyway.
Going double file.
By pressing the touchpad, you also get access to the menus, as you saw there. They are horrific, but you can navigate them just about.
Green light, go, go, go.
The race starts are not very helpful. Oh, I feel like the frame rate is stuck.
Car on the left, clear on the left. Car on the left, clear on the left. Car on the left, clear on the left. Car on the left, clear on the left.
Ooh, hello, sunshine. See, I don't mind it running at 30 frames per second,
right.
so long as it does it constantly.
Clear on the right.
And this game doesn't feel like it does. I need to remember where to brake on this circuit.
Car on the left, clear on the left. 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 Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I feel like they're able to take curves much better than I can. Obviously they must not be on a default setup.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
No. Just checking. So that's drift there will affect negatively my consistency. Same as that will. Oh,
We're
and that.
halfway through, not over yet.
And that will even more so because it's considered going off the track.
Fastest lap of the race. Great job, man. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Why did that car just give up?
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh, is that Jean-Marc Gounon?
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
It's a move you can only get away with AI drivers.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Well done, mate. Fastest lap of the race so far.
Shit.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
So I imagine that my safety rating will be negatively affected this time around.
Car on the right.
Ah, I didn't actually want to go for that, but never mind.
Clear on the right.
Okay, Mr. Collard, here I come. Oh, no I don't. Completely fucked that up.
Car on the right.
Oh, and
Clear on
that.
the right. That's a light damage on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
So again, that out of control moment. It's sitting there going, I don't think you are actually
Clear on the
clever.
right.
And that is awful driving, Smithall. Awful driving. Drove so well and then we bugger it up right at the end. Ah, wow. So in theory, we should get absolutely clobbered safety-wise. No, it's bumped us up one. We hit several people. Oh, that was awful. This car's not handling nicely. Oh, you twit. I was so busy not actually thinking about where I was.
Neither has finished the race.
I deserve nothing but hatred for that drive. Oh well. So there is our beautiful car. Delish. But that is cool to... At least we can see that the time lapse works nicely. But again, notice that on the, at least on the PS4, you only get 8 minutes of replay. You don't get the full race if you do like a big chunky race. And that feels a bit weird to me. I don't really understand why. But there we go. Okay, let's pick another check. And have a go at something else. Jay Goonon in second, John Mark Goonon, is that you? Exactly! I feel like it is. I feel like it should be. James, any track you particularly would like to see? Older MONZA brands, Silverstone, Paul Ricard, MISANO. Spa is balked, but I can certainly show it. But the frame rate is horrific, and I can't drive it. Hungaroring, Nürburgring, Barcelona, Zandvoort, Bathurst, Laguna, Suzuka, and Kyalami. Just pick your poison. If you're in the chat whilst you decide, I will quickly dive in and let's go for... I'm going to go for that and just up it slightly. That kind of makes it go... Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a 4 o'clock start, I think. Try Kyalami. Okay. I think I will. Again, I'll stay on the dry. I've not driven Kyalami yet, actually, so this could be an interesting one. I'm going to stay with the Lamborghinis because that car feels handy, for want of a better word. Let's see how that goes. Again, Kyalami is part of the pre-order bonus. It does not come with the standard game. Neither does Suzuka or Laguna Seca. And the fourth one, I've forgotten which one it was. Zandvoort, I think. Can I even remember how this game... how this track goes? I'm not sure. Did I do 10-minute race? Yes, I did. Cool. So the idea of this one, hopefully, is that if we're going at such a speed in the race, time-wise, in 10 minutes' time, we'll be in the darkness. So you'll get to see a very speedy sunset. Those houses feel a bit close to the... They need to make these starts less clunky.
Green light. Go, go, go. Car on the left. 3 wide.
Nothing says I don't know what my game's doing than that.
All clear. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Got some light damage in the front of the car.
Sorry!
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
God's sake.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I'm so sorry.
Watch out.
I think my safety rating might go down a bit.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I feel like I might need the ideal racing line on for this. It's been years since I've driven around this circuit. How's that pushed up my safety rating? How grim! I know we all start off with a 0 safety rating, but that's grim. Driving like an F1 2019 lobby. Wow, I'm loving the extremely speedy sunset.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
Oh, no, that's the windscreen wipers. I'm loving all the South African lights going on. Forgot that corner existed. I thought we was coming to this corner. Probably not helped because of the really busy HUD I've got going on. I also need to learn with this game, unlike a lot of open-wheeled games, I avoid using first gear in open-wheeled games because I knew that was going to happen. Because of the traction spin up, but that's not really the case here. I am trashing this car. Does that mean that we've got a... that an SOS signal? Simon, bring the car home. Ah! Nice touch. No! Ah. I need to learn this track. Because that was fucking horrific. Oh, okay.
Alright, checkered flag. Good job. You did the best you could. I'll bring the car back.
I feel like you was being a little bit kind there. Or at least I beat a French stick. Lagoon, Kirchhoffer, Carla Costa, Cristani. I know of that Fontana, but it's not the Fontana I'm thinking of. Oh well, that was good to see that go through a day to night cycle though. Oh dear. I do fear that I'm probably not going to show the best of this game. Let's keep that as it is. So we've got Hot Stint, Hot Lap Super Pole, Hot Lap, Practice. You can do a sprint race weekend with some practice and quali in. You can do a 3-hour endurance race, a 6-hour, or a 24-hour endurance race. But you can kind of set exactly how many hours you want that race to be spread out over, which is quite cool. So you can still get a 24-hour race done, but inside an hour, which I quite like the look of. And then you can do custom race. So... do skip. Race 1 and race 2. Do a mandatory pit stop. I mean, we'll give it a go. The race length itself is 10 minutes. So I guess we could just all come in for a pit stop at some point. Okay, where next? Where next? Where next? We can try ZANDVOORT. I've not been there yet either. And let's do enabled dynamic weather. I'm assuming that that will do something. Did that save? Yes, it did. Okay. Again, let's try a different car. To a Honda. Oh no, they're always at the back. I need no more. I need no help being at the back. Okay, let's make our own version of this. Which one was it? It was the writer, wasn't it? So, car number 77. Team name Backmarker Brigade, as per usual. Little British person, and then as bloody always, it doesn't do the thing. that. I'm going to save it and it will pull it through. Now let's edit it. What designs we got? Oh, again, just the 3. I think I like that one best. What's the difference between the paints? Matte. Ooh, satin. Ooh. Oh, I know that's not necessarily what I was going for, but chrome versus glossy. And satin for the ladies. Satin metallic. There we go. That I know I have no taste. Leave me alone. I just like bright pink, bright pretty things. Pink's okay as well, but pretty things. Reminds me of a slightly more aggressive BTCC Renault Megane from the 90s. At a stretch, at a stretch. Okay. So it's worthwhile noting as well that Silverstone is the old. It's not following. It's using the old start line before Cops. Which I found odd. Okay, I've not actually done a pit stop in this game yet, so this could be frankly carnage.
Go in double file.
I do like that every steering wheel is different now. Oh, that's cool. Sometimes with these games they feel a bit cookie cutter, but you can really tell that every car is uniquely captured. Again, I'm not hugely familiar with ZANDVOORT, so this could be a trip into the gravel.
Green light, go, go, go. Car on the left, clear on the left. Car on the left, clear on the left.
Curb hungry. Oh, fuck it up. Trying to get. Oh.
Some light damage on the front.
Clearly, I just wanted to smash him in the rear. Considering I've been by myself since March and I've not seen anyone, let alone my other half, I'd smash anything in the rear at the minute. I forget how narrow this track is.
Windows open. Car on the right, clear on the right.
Oh, Smithy. What kind of Jason Plato are you? Oh. Good job, that car stayed wide.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Very fun to drive this circuit though. But there will be no overtaking in the F1 race. Oh shit. Stay out another lap.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
Oh shit! That corner. That's me Dino Den. I've had loads of messages today about people going through my back catalogue. It's normally Parappa the Rapper everyone talks about, but I've had I've had Buzz Games, I've had Wipeout HD. Oh Christ. Okay. How do I request a pit stop?
We're halfway through. Keep pushing. Faster in the pit.
People were talking about SpongeBob as well, because they've just been a SpongeBob game remastered that's come out. And the M&M's game. Not the rapper, the sweetness. Ah, no, 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 no. Ah, fuck a duck. Okay, let's bring this shit in. I feel I've done this wrong. Meep meep. I'm in. Is it not? What's it not done, or what's it not liking?
Class leader is in the pit lane.
Oh, I needed to stop the engine. Okay. What a sight to be welcomed by. Hello, Roy. How you doing? Jesus Christ. Right, whilst that's going on, I'm going to quickly pour myself a drink from the fridge since I've caused enough fucking damage. They're in it for a minute. It was going so well. When no one was watching this stream, about 3/4 of an hour ago, I was driving almost competently. I wasn't rear-ending people. I was on the podium at MONZA. And then someone put corners on tracks. Very confusing. So we've had speeding in the pit lane, surely.
We've been given a stop and go.
Oh, trophy! First penalty. Nice. Okay, that's got to be blue flags, surely.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh, shit. I need to learn how to get the wheel going. This game is... you can do it with a controller, but this is so wheel focused.
Alright man, the leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
Oh, God. You little bitch!
Car on the right.
That's the first overtake I've done properly all race.
Clear on the right. We have a stop and go penalty. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Got some severe damage on the front of the car.
Oh.
Car on the right.
I need to remember that corner exists. Top Gear? What? Don't even ask. Don't even ask. I'm glad you've been having fun on it on PC. This game screams better on PC, it must be said. I don't mind the fact that it's locked at 30 frames per second. What I Disqualified for ignoring mandatory pit stop. No, I done it. Fuck's sake. Was it because I had to come in for the stop-go penalty? I thought it'd just stick my time on at the end. Oh wow. My beautiful car. But yeah, there is clearly a lot of performance issues with the console version of this game, and loads of bugs as well. So almost all of the multiplayer menu crashes to the PlayStation menu. You can only do quick race and join a random lobby. You can't set up anything else. It just crashes automatically. Which I find bizarre, and I've already put that video up about how Spa looks, and it can't even run more than like 3 frames a second around the pit complex at that track, which is ridiculous. Ah well. Let's turn off the pit stop and let's dive back to... Let's do a 5-minute race. Let's get rid of that as well. Let's go soggy. Let's do medium rain. Any particular circuit you'd like to see me get destroyed on, Roy? We've so far done KYALAMI, ZANDVOORT, MISANO, MONZA. I think he might have dived off. Well, there's no Monaco, so anything goes. Oh dear. Well, I guess the Monaco of Australia could be done. Go Mount Panorama. Throw a car on the Barbie. Again, I must admit, I'm driving with a controller and I've got everything on Pro. So I feel like I deserve something of some praise here. Again, let's try... Should do a BMW? Ooh, Andrew Watson looks like they want to do something. Let me just quickly, let's switch this up a little bit. Let's do yellow on the purple with the hot pink as the accent again. How does that work? It's all gone a bit Motorsport Manager. I see, it's quite... Oh, I quite like that. I think I like this more though. They're very clunky. There's no like defined ta-da. What are you on there? Again 77. Again back marker brigade. Let's do a satin finish for you all. BMB back on track, baby. Time to be last. Oh, I've left myself on 87 ability and aggression. We will be last. I know it's only a 5-minute race, but that'll be enough to put me in the hedge.
Alright, there is some rain in this session, so watch out for slippery curves and remember to brake earlier. Stay in double file.
Uh-oh! I feel like I'm too low in the seat. Where's the rest of the car? I also didn't map the cycle of different types of windscreen wipering, so it's going to have to be this all the way through.
Green light, give it all you can.
Wrong with this car. If you don't mind, I'm just going to restart that because that car was limping to the right, to the left rear.
Right, we have some wet conditions. Remember that curves are slippery and watch your braking distance.
Okay, I'm going to put the wet preset of the setup on. I feel like that would be a good idea. Does that get progressively wetter if you just sit there? Yeah, it does! Oh, I like it! It's the simple things in games that still make me go, ooh. Little details. Or little things, as my other half says. Lolololol.
Green light, give it all you can.
Loving the green flag wheel wavers as well. No! Damn you, Bathurst! Oh yeah, wonky suspension. Let's see, can we hold it? That'll be no. Oh, we've got a black and orange flag. Oh, that's cool that it comes out. Yeah, we're fucked, mate.
What's this now? We have to repair the car. Losing pressure on the left front. Box, we have to repair the car.
Try. Oh, have we lost the engine? No. Come on! Come on! We can do it! It's downhill!
We are halfway through. Keep it up.
Oh, it's all gone a bit dirt rally where you have to take off all of the different... Come on! At least you can see all the different camera angles, I guess.
Pressure also in the right rear.
It's a bit shit that they're, the advertising boards don't blow up everywhere. Ah, bollocks to it. Final time of asking. Last go.
Alright, we have some wind conditions. Watch out for curves on exit and remember to brake early. Stay in double file.
The right front gone pop. I think everything went pop on that. Last time of asking. I will be more cautious. Remember, I'm doing this on a controller with zero traction control. You've got to be kind to me. Hey Tom! How are you getting on with this? I saw that you've got this game as well. And have you been actually, Tom, every time I click on the multiplayer options on the PS4 version, I get a crash to, I want to say desktop, XMB, whatever it is, on PlayStation 4, unless I click join quick race. Any other option, it automatically crashes the game. I just wondered if you'd had the same problem. No. I just want to do a lap! I just want to do a lap! Because I was able to get onto... So when I joined Quick Race, the online multiplayer runs beautifully, but you can only get onto that specific mode, so yeah, annoying. I'll have a look at you. I'll read your review after my stream, actually.
We're at the halfway mark. Keep pushing.
Yeah, between this and between the multiplayer being broken, Spa being unplayable, and Day 1 DLC that basically gives you a third of the game again with the 4 tracks. I have to say I've been thoroughly underwhelmed with the game as a whole. Which is annoying because there's lots of really great things to enjoy, but it's just marred in a soup of shit. But I am pleased that even though I am last in the rain with all of the assists off, I am able to still keep it on the track with a controller, which is much better than I could do with the original Assetto Corsa. And I'll get better at it. This is just me on launch day after about 90 minutes going live and driving like a twat. I love sim racing, but I am the backmarker brigade. That is why my team is called that. We are last for a reason. Although it's normally because I'm well up the pace rather than crashing out everywhere. I agree the DLC approach is poor. What I really disliked about the DLC, because I didn't even realise that I'm gonna go for it! Yes! Second last! I didn't even realise what my pre-order bonus was, so when I kicked open the game's collection hadn't sent me the code yet, because it arrived yesterday. Oh, twat. I was really disappointed to see 4 tracks all greyed out in all of the main menus immediately. I was like, you're rubbing that well in my face. No, no, no! Yes. Okay, bring it home, Smithy, bring it home. It's going to require more wrestling than you trying to get that kebab late at night. After a piss up. No, Vaxaveria, you will not come through. You twat. We're gonna do it! We're not gonna do it! Red flag? Tell you what, I'm happy with that. Let's quit out. Okay, let's read. Day 1 track DLC splits the online user base, and for a game that's been 2 years in public registration really isn't on. Completely agree with that. Loads of bugs on the console one. Is there any cross-platform multiplayer planned for this game? I don't know, actually, Roy. It would be good if they did. Right, let's go. Let's do Hungary. At least I know Hungary. Let's try. I want to just have like a little dribble. There's a meme waiting to happen. Just a little dribble. I just want to see how it all kind of comes together. The other things that just really bug me as well. So I'm going to go on a rant because I'm annoyed. So the first game was just the same. We're on a controller. We don't have a keyboard for all of these things. Ah! VV sad. Very, very annoyed. Similarly, yes, I can enable a rain light and an indicator or whatever. I need to go back and... Hi IndieGT, hope you're well. Thanks for dropping by. I'm sorry for any of the... And that's the problem. I've got a pit limiter, I've got a toggle. You have to have a starter and an ignition. You then can't cycle the wiper speeds because you run out of fucking buttons to do with it. Do you know how to move the timer at the top of the screen? For me, same Indie. I was about to say exactly the same poxy thing. It doesn't fit on your screen. So yeah, I can't solve that either. Also worth noting, Indie, if you're on PS4 as well, there is multiplayer bugs, which mean that you can only join Click Race. And don't even try Spa until they patch it. You will only disappoint yourself. Because if you go into the HUD, yes, you can enable stuff, but you can't move any of it around. So the only other way you can get around it, Indy, is if you turn off that bit at the top and then use the HUD on the bottom left hand side and have the time of day and stuff appearing up there, but it's so tiny and it's so cluttered, I find it quite difficult to deal with. So yeah, soz. I mean, Xbox Spa is good. MISANO is... Oh really? MISANO's broken? Fuck's sake. 2 years they've had to do this. And I'm trying to be kind because I appreciate that it's a game, it's been in early access for a long time, but when you bring along a game that's on a console, we know that we're going to get a cookie cutter approach, but and so it's going to be missing a lot of the extras and the bells and whistles that a PC version will have. But the trade-off for that is I expect the thing to work. I've got a copy on PC as well as this. I think I'll be very quickly done with this if something isn't done with it, and it will put me off ever wanting to double dip for an Assetto Corsa and a studio game like this again from the studio, but also it will make me very wary of ever going into an early access with this development team again either. Right, sorry, that was my bitchy moan. Right, did we want to go in here? It was Hungary, wasn't it, we was going to do? I feel like I didn't really get to drive that BMW, so let's do a quick 5-minute around Hungary in the dribbly damp. Oh, it says it's going to have a thunderstorm. Oh, do get lost.
out for your braking distance.
MISANO lap 1, all the cars run wide, and I mean it's fine in my opinion. As a console game it's fine, I just remember it's day 1, expect an update in the next 2 weeks, but if it's PC version it wouldn't be the best. No, that's true, that's true. But things like a racing line, I'd expect them to have had nailed down. A bit like how, with the AI at least, they can't seem to start properly, and they all kind of like lethargically flollop into each other, which I find really... It just doesn't put its best foot forward. Actually, well, I'm not even going to touch any of that. I will just leave it at the wet preset. Let's go, go, go.
Go in double file.
So, like, what are these people doing? And then it'll be go, go, go. Yeah, they're all tripping over each other.
Here on the left.
Oh, hello, frame rate. That frame rate is fine in the dry, by the way. Oh, now look, we can't all get round to turn on.
Car on the left. Here on the left.
I'm going to watch this.
Car on the right.
This is about the only track I feel vaguely connected with at the
Car on
moment.
the right.
Because I was able to do an online race for 20 minutes and actually battle really nicely with some AI drivers who battled properly. Ah, fuck it.
Got some light damage in front of the car.
It's light damage, I don't mind. So that was a real surprise actually, was to see that on the even on the PS4 versions, it's actual people driving properly, not like they're driving in the F1 public lobbies. Oh no, that's buggered. So I'll take 2 of that. I like the fact that the AI can make mistakes. No, the console game has this, I think. I think the F1 game does have it to an extent, and the Project Cars 2 definitely did. But I like the nuance of it on this, and I really like how they've implemented the driver statistics in this game to foster people being safe and consistent. And the way how all of everything is just basically start slow and build yourself up. So I like the ethos that's building to having a cleaner, less toxic sim racing community. Because Lord knows we need one of those.
Green light, go, go, go. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That frame rate is atrocious in the wet.
It's a slow car ahead.
Just the one. Let's just be calm.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
The skiddy bits again. Skidlinks, skidlinks. Let's go. No punterino.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left.
being cheeky because it's the AI. I wouldn't be doing any of this with real humans. Wow. I don't mind 30 frames per second, so long as it's consistent and static. What the hell is that? I cannot deal with that. That is exactly what I used to get with R Factor 2 on my old shitty PC that I had from 10. Well, it was a great PC in 2010. It couldn't cope with R Factor 2 in 2020, which is why it blew up and died. And I've had to get a new one. I do not expect a game to be doing that on PlayStation 4 of this caliber. Especially when fundamentally you could argue that actually this looks like a graphical step down in some ways from the original Assetto Corsa. I think it looks slightly more jagged. More detailed in areas, but jagged in things. Oh, what is going on the train? I deserve that. That was a bumper. Giano Trilli up ahead. Ah no! I will not be last. I will not be last.
Right, man. The leader is on the final lap. Give me the final push.
Be an arsehole since it's the last lap. Some juice going on up ahead. Yeah, I need to I've got my G29, but it's in an unopened box. I need to sit and really think about getting the time to learn, but just with working all these extra hours with the coronavirus and stuff, I just haven't had the chance. Stay there, I've told you all, I'm not being last. Don't care how that ruins my safety rating.
Neither has finished the race.
20 elbows, I like it.
Clear on the left.
These elbows are in the same points as Madonna's boob tube. Can we? I reckon we can slingshot this. Ah, no we can't.
Right, race is over. Good job, mate. You did your best to bring it back to the pits.
Right, we'll do one more thing, I think, before we call it a night. I think what I'll do, now that we've seen me be absolutely terrible in the rain, we'll go back to dry, but we'll do like a 24-hour cycle as quickly as possible in a race, and then that'll round off the stream, I think. So, start at midday. Ish. 20 minutes for kind of it, innit? I'm going to put that back down to 85 because I think we've seen that I've clearly been over egging my pudding. Yeah, that'll do. Right. I still quite like that BMW. Right, weather. Again, we'll go variability on that. Yeah, that will be fine with that. Thank you. And I'm not doing pit stops because that all went horribly wrong. Where shall we go? I feel like finishing off at Brands would be fun. Let's go old school. Okay. 20-minute round robin. Here we come. If anyone has any questions or whatever after all of this, please do drop them in the comments on the video and I will get back to you. I will do a written review over on highplanegames.com, but I need to spend more time with this game and I feel like I want to see if it's got patches coming. And yeah, I don't want to judge too early, but I'm not impressed. I am impressed and I'm not impressed all at the same time. I'm conflicted. This reminds me of my sexual coming of age.
Go in double file.
Don't chuck it in the hedge at Paddock Bend.
Green light, good again.
feel like that could have gone very wrong.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I'm too scared. No, we're not.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Again, the frame rate is struggling on the pit complex. I don't... Maybe I'm just picking up on it now, and I just didn't notice it before, but I feel like my eyes are now tuned into it. Oh, hello, rain. Pitching. Yes, they are. We'll go round again. There we are. It's dry. Turn off your wipers, Simon. Now surely they've all come in to put on wet tyres and now it's dry. Does that then mean that they all pit again? Please say yes.
Well, mate, this is me, your muscle best.
Tactics, indeed. This is what 4 years of motorsport manager has taught me.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
Okay. got a trophy called Lap the Field. Amazing. Oh.
Losing pressure on the right wheel.
I don't feel like I'm driving very quickly though. In fact, I feel really pedestrian. They're all going to come and unlap themselves soon. Slow and steady wins the race. I don't know if you've ever been to England, but at 7:30 at night, it's very rarely this sunny. Unless we are in the slap bang of summer, and that was not a good move. Oh, I'm sorry.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh, he got blue flagged and had to get out of the way. Is this going to end up in a weird loop? We've not tested blue flags. I wonder. On the grass! Get off the grass. Okay, 9 at night, here comes sunset. This is where I know I'll struggle the most. soggy again!
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Soggy bottom boy. I need to stop looking at the chat and stop putting too many funny things in there, Roy, because I'll end up going off. And then we'll never win anything. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go round again. Because this looks like the rain's coming to an end. Yeah, they've all pitted again. The rain's actually ended. Just makes me think that the brain of the strategy in this game can't, well, it clearly cannot cope with sped up gameplay. Elements. Why I've got low tyre pressure. Less than 5 minutes to go. Rain coming up. I've only just noticed that gives you the weather forecast just above the tyres.
Cars exiting the pits, watch out.
probably my most daring move of the day. Just driving straight through someone. Trophy dialed in, whatever that means.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Tempted to just say to everyone, just go.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
I don't feel comfortable driving in the
Car on the right.
Dark.
Clear on the right.
With all of these AI around. Look! What? It can't deal with the blue flags. That's the problem. I get what they've done. That's a terrible way of doing it.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
What happens if you've got cars trying to unlap themselves because they've been in the pits for a lap damaged, for example? Oh, shit.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Excellent job, mate. P1. What a race. Well done. Well managed. Bring it back. Clear on the left. This is lightning in the right.
Wow.
Low tire pressure. Stay clear of the curbs.
What a bizarre thing. Bizarre, bizarre, bizarre. Lots to talk about, lots to think on. Oh, this game could have been so good! Why is it so flawed? I am frustrated. Not that I expect something to be fantastic when you're doing the hugely sped up stuff, but I don't expect cars to be busy pitting for the new tyres when the rain has already stopped. I don't expect the frame rate to drop just because everyone's in the pits. It's already at 30 FPS, it can't go lower. Get it on PC. That's all I can say. Okay, thank you so much to anyone that did join in during this live stream. Ooh, against all the odds trophy. Oh, look at that purple boost. Also, that is in the daytime, which bears no resemblance to the actual time of when we finished the race. I'm just picking holes now. It's annoyed me, this game. Sorry. Sorry! I try and be as less judgmental as possible. Whoop whoop. Yeah, thank you very much, right? Cool. If anyone does have any questions afterwards, I will be answering stuff in the chat. I think this is going to be a game, if I'm perfectly honest, and I'll just let this replay run in the background just whilst I do my... Oh, that's right, yeah, you can't actually see all of the replay, can you? I forgot that. This is going to be a game that I'm going to just park because it's 2 or 3 patches short of where it should have been on release. I'm really disappointed, but I'm mostly disappointed because there is clearly a really great game here that is just... It needed optimising, it needed the multiplayer to actually work, it needed Spa particularly, but we saw it in this stream a little bit on Brands, but we saw it quite heavily in Hungary in the wet. It needs graphical optimization. If they're going to flatten it at 30 frames per second, it needs to be steady at 30 all the way through, because you're already saying I can't manage 60, which is fine. Give us the flat 30. The controller mapping is a bit dodge. This game is better for people, as you watch me drive like a pillock. For people that are trying to drive with a pad versus a wheel compared to the original Assetto Corsa. But again, there could be some help there, just to kind of be just to get you going with one or the other. There's not enough buttons to actually do all of the things for all of the cars either on the controller, so that's a shame. So you're going to have to make your choices as to what you think you can and can't live with. But when you get away from that, there is a great game to be had. The racing is good. The AI is clunky on occasion, but once you're up and running, it works fine. When you get into an online multiplayer race, it runs smoothly. There was no ping, there was no lag. And I really, really like what they've done with the driver rating here. Are you playing with a wheel, right? Nope, I was playing with a controller. I do have a wheel, but I've only just bought it and I didn't want to learn how to drive with a wheel on a game in front of everyone whilst showing off the game, because it would have been horrific. And no one deserves to watch that unless it's going to be a comedy special. I really like what they've done with the rating, because that really, when you're looking at like doing league races and championships and stuff like that, you'll be able to see who's trustworthy and who's not. And I like the way how that's all put together. I do like the special events that seem to be tripping through as well, with different things that you can do. That then feeds into your pace dynamic. Career was interesting as well. I've only done the opening bit where you do some hot laps to get you up and running in the Lamborghini Young Driver Test Program, but that seemed fun. Championship just seems to be do the series very bare bones. It's the career where there's actually like driver videos and stuff like that in it, which seems a bit more fleshed out. But yeah, very rough diamond, very, very rough diamond. But hopefully it can be a diamond in the future. Thanks everyone for watching. You guys will take care. I'll answer any questions later on. Bye!